Welcome, my Pisces collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and cross watchers. Welcome to our timeless shadow reading. I am your reader, Mark Angelo Lyons Mal for short. It's my nickname and my initials. I am a professional witch, a professional intuitive, the president of Drawing the Circle Productions since 1998, author of 2 different books with a 3rd one in the making. The first one is called Spell Ingredients from a Professional Witch. The second one is called Words of Grace from a Professional Witch. Words of Grace has a Kindle version available, and if you like, you can click the link in the description box and preview a good chunk of the first part of it for free, including the table of contents. You'll see it's mostly in chakra chapters. There are chakras in the reading. You might find it of benefit. The original version, though, not the Kindle version of Words of Grace, as well as the only place to find spell ingredients from a professional witch. My first ebook is over on patreon.com. In my digital store, we got audios, we got videos, we've got ebooks over there. Some of my subscribers on Patreon get some of them audios, videos, and ebooks. In fact, the top tier, God Goddess, gets everything. But all of my subscribers get 3 benefits in common, which I'm very glad to give. First of all, they get a daily check-in. I send them a YouTube live stream link pretty much every single morning, and we chat about the day's astrological weather, the magical applications, the spiritual implications, always ending with some kind of prayer or a spiritual practice or blessing or something to send us on our way, and it is the best way for me to start my day, and it's really one of my favorite things to do. They also get all the extended readings, the part 2s to the part 1s here on YouTube. All of my extended readings are timeless and relationship, soul contract based. They also get an extensive discount when it comes to booking private sessions with me, spiritual counseling and readings and all of that in person on Zoom. We'll talk about that at the end of the reading if you would like to hang out for a little bit more info. And you can follow us for free. I love that you can follow us for free, just like a subscriber on YouTube without being a member. I love that. Putting out content for the free followers, but of course my subscribers get to see that stuff too, as well as you can check us out in a 7-day free trial as a seeker, ordinarily $3 a month, or a human, ordinarily $5 a month. But if you want the extensive discount, you gotta stay for the month, because that's only fair, right? I think so. It's the coolest thing I've ever done. The digital shop has given me life. Pretty much have all of my back catalog up on there now, audios, videos, and ebooks, and more to come, right? More to create. So I'm loving it very much, and I highly recommend it. So if you are so interested, click the link, check out the menu, and come play Patreon on Patreon, because I'm the Archangel of Lions, Mark Angelo Lyons, but you can just call me Mal. Hey, my Mer people, my Mer family, my Pisceans, my fishies. I am a Pisces moon, and I am very proud of it. It made me the empath and intuitive that I was destined to be in this life, and still developing. Apparently that never ends. So let's do some explanation for the new Pisces and cross watchers. Then we'll get into the divination, as well as this is the last time I have to say this part. Some changes have been made. First of all, if you haven't seen me in a while, I am in my new house. The move from Long Island to Saratoga has been completed, but we're still in recovery from it. Me and my 2 boys, Balthazar and Melchior, my black cats. And we are in the studio temple, the temple studio, my magic room, whatever you want to call it, which is really wonderful. I can close a door on it and walk away instead of having it in the dining room. And these readings used to be called the 8-card draw shadow reads. They were a timed reading, not timeless, from a full moon to a new moon. The waning, the letting go, the releasing, the surrendering, the spiritual alchemy, the shadow work. And with my new life and my new schedule, I am doing readings at the Magic Moon in Saratoga Springs. If you're local, you can contact them directly. So as a result, my guide said, take the 8-card draw shadow reads, make them timeless, and take the 5-card draw what do I need reads, or the beautiful, beautiful time read, make it all timeless, And not every shadow read is getting the same number of cards. So we're getting a 6-card draw today. So a 6-card draw is just one card from us, in this case, 6 different decks, giving you clues, tips, and hints about absolutely anything. But we are looking at the shadow work, the spiritual alchemy, right? The healing process that the world is very much in need of, particularly with any placement of Pisces in your chart, whatever planets you got in there, because Pisces is the 12th house, the collective unconscious, mysticism at its deepest level, but it's mutable water, right? So we feel every last little bit of it, thinking it's ours, and we have a part in it for sure, but as we do the healing and the spiritual alchemy holographically, it helps everybody do the same, and we shift to a more gold instead of leaded timeline, and we'll talk about that. So we're gonna, as I said, use 6 different cards. We're gonna start with the Caroline Myss archetype cards for what's going on in the 8th chakra, hovering over your head. Caroline Myss, that's M-Y-S-S, the PhD, author of Anatomy of the Spirit and Sacred Contracts, life-changing works for me. All of her books have really made a difference for me. So what's going on in the 8th chakra sends down the codes like a satellite to the other chakras, shifting what we attract and what we repel. So we have the choice to no longer delay what can't be prevented in terms of our healing on our soul's journey, lifetime after lifetime. So, doing this life, it's okay, you just come back. Not gonna happen. I'm leaving it on the dance floor, folks. So, we'll see what that one is, right? That's gonna show us the soul power being alchemized from shadow to light, lead to gold, pain to peace, toxic to healthy, blah, blah, blah. We'll get the next 4 chakras down with 1 Daughters of the Moon Tarot, a feminist goddess deck for the internal goddess energy, the yin dynamic. We'll get 3 mythic tarot for the masculine, the yang, relationships in the physical world, looking at ourselves from the outside in, as well as possibly looking at the world from the inside out. And mirroring does happen, and sometimes the reading's about the cross watcher, but in relationship to the Pisces, so we'll get one of those for the root, sacrum, and solar plexus. The whispers of Lord Ganesh will help remove obstacles. Ganesh is the Hindu elephant-headed god of success, prosperity, and remover of obstacles. And there are 3 atoms in between lead and gold, lead being toxicity, gold being health. Play that out in as many dualistic paradigms as you like. So if we look at those 3 atoms as obstacles, archetypal obstacles, this oracle really, really works. Angela Hartfield, love her work. You're getting a wild card. Every spread, every sign has gotten it, not just the change of the numbers of cards, but your wild card, and I don't use this that often, I only use this in the timeless soulmate contract reads and stuff like that. The Journey of Love. It's the weirdest deck. Well, one of the weirdest decks I've ever worked with, but I love it. But it's very powerful and very mystical, so sometimes it doesn't make sense until later, right? So Alana Fairchild, Rasuli, and Richard Cohn there. We'll get one of those on the Journey of Love, which makes sense for Pisces, right? And emotion and the divine power that is love. And we will end with a Matcon healing mantra, because shadow work is healing. And the thing is, if we don't do it when we least expect it, when we're tired, right, when we're stressed, the shadow takes us over, right? It's called shadow possession. I didn't make this stuff up, man. This is ancient stuff. But with contemporary psychology and help and better help, and all this support and conversation about it, we have a much better chance of doing what we came in to do in this life and healing along the way for happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser lives, and happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser ways for a happier, wealthier, wiser, happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser world, right? A more golden than leaded timeline. So, both feet on the floor if you can. Focus on your breath if you will. I promise you I will do the best that I can to help anybody, client, friend, family, as long as they ask. Do not answer questions that haven't been asked. I learned that one the hard way. Because as one of us alchemizes from lead to gold, all of us do a little bit, and we all shift to a better timeline. Happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser, blah, blah, blah. Let's do it, shall we? Both feet on the floor if you can. The shift from explanation to divination happens in the still point, and it's my favorite thing ever, so please take a nice deep breath. Last reading of the series. They always save the best for last. One more. Still point. Pantheonic override. A place for everything, and everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space, for the well-being of all. And with harm to none, as we will it, so let it be done. Beloved pantheons of the divine, what's the dominant archetype in the 8th chakra for us Pisces collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and our cross watchers for this shadow read? Ooh, the slave. Don't freak out. Don't freak out. Did anybody else get the slave? Ooh, Cancer got the slave. The Cancerians got that. That's interesting. 2 water signs. What did Scorpio get? Oh, the poet figures. Scorpio. It's fine. I love my Scorpios. Written on the card, if you're new, is the shadow attribute and the light attribute. This is the lead. This is the gold. Those 3 atoms in between. Here we go. Ready? Buckle up, Pisces and cross watchers. The lead, giving your willpower to an external authority out of fear of making your own choices. We have all done it. We have all done it. Now, look, I've been reading and counseling people for a very, very long time. I'm 55 years old. Yeah, I know. Look at thanks. Howdy, neighbor. I didn't forget. And so, like, I have had clients that are slaves to corporations, right? And slaves to the family money, and slaves to a belief system, and slaves to on and on and on and on and on because of the fear of making the wrong choice or the decision, right? So giving your willpower to an external authority out of fear of making your own choices. The light that we're shooting for, this is where the slave becomes the master. So do understand that a lot of ancient scripture, a lot of mythologies, and a lot of stories are about, particularly in the East, slaves becoming masters by surrendering your power of choice to the divine with complete trust. And honey, if I'm a slave to love, sorry, 9.5 weeks flashback. I'm a Virgo, right? Virgo Sun, Pisces Moon, born on a full moon. So I'm a servant, but surrendering my will to the divine, we are the divine at core. So who are we really surrendering? You surrender this way, not this way, I guess is what I'm saying. So very, very powerful, right? I mean, so many examples. Okay, Moses, there we go. Just off the top of my head, right? Just Moses, right there. Slave to love, la 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 la. Oh, now I want strawberries. Okay, let's look at this. Some of you know exactly what I'm talking about, and some of you don't. Let's get the heart, third eye crown. Here, the internal. Please take a nice deep breath. Well, because this one's throat chakra, willpower, right? Here we go. Surrender our will to the divine. Still point. Goddesses override. A place for everything and everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space. For the well-being of all and with harm to none. As we will it. So let it be done. My beloved goddesses, what's going on? Heart, third eye crown for us Pisces and our cross watchers for this shadow read with the slave in the 8th. Ooh, the Gemini card. When it is a court card, in this case, the Maiden of Blades, mutable air Gemini. So that would be the Knight of Swords, the knight that gallops, fastest speed there. Mutable air. When it's on the inside, if you have any planets in Gemini, have a look at what's going on there. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Uranus, however it comes out. But it can also be what house is in there as well. Now, 3rd house, I have Libra in 3rd house as Leo rising, but definitely Gemini energy is self-expression, right? Communication, very throat chakra, but also 3rd eye in terms of mutable air, of seeing things differently, right? And sometimes what we need to surrender to the divine is our ideas of what things are, right? And what things mean. The gods don't truck in reason. Reason is a human invention. They truck in purpose, right? So if you feel like a slave to an algorithm, a lot of people do, but if you feel like a slave to the financial situations in the world, to the government, to this whatever, that it's written in before you ever drew a breath. And this kind of stuff, if that is the case, is societal as well. So, again, playing a part in it, that what you might be feeling isn't at all you, but definitely you got thoughts about this, and perhaps some changing thoughts about that, but are you expressing them? Or are you not, out of fear of the repercussions, which is normal, which is, it's okay to feel that fear. You know, fear is not a sin, right? Fear-led is not evil. It's incubating love. Oh, dear God, let's just get this next card down before we get any more metaphoric and similes left, right, and center. Please take a nice deep breath. Thank God I love what I do. Still point. God's override. A place for everything, and everything in its place, but all where it belongs in time and space, for the well-being of all and with harm to none. As we will it, so let it be done. Beloved gods, what's going on outside in, inside out, lower three chakras for us Pisces and our cross watchers to alchemize the slave in the eighth with Gemini on the inner and this shadow read. Ooh, the world. We're wrapping something up. Something is wrapping up. When it's a major arcana card in a card draw like this, it usually represents all the chakras in that zone. So there is a completion. There is a graduation, lower three chakras. It might hit, in a general read, different people, different ways. This is Hermaphrodite, which is the literal name of a goddess, right? The child of Hermes and Aphrodite, Hermaphrodite, right? And because we're seeing total union here, this is unity consciousness. This is the completion of a cycle. This is a graduation. This is a coming full circle. The snake, I don't know if you can see that. The snake swallowing its own tail, Ouroboros, which is a little hard to say. Loosen up that jaw for that. So this could be a complete surrender. This could be, all right, surrender Dorothy, right? Just let go, let God, let go, let Goddess, right? That process of surrender here. But I would think for mastery, right? It's like completing a cycle. Sometimes you've done all the work you can do, inner and outer, right? And you've thought about it, and you've chewed on it, and you've communicated, or you hadn't, you've prayed, you've meditated, whatever you do on the inner there, particularly with that element of air, which condenses to make water, Pisces. So, let's be clear. Water can't really exist without air, nor can fire. So it is the mental part of this on the inner that perhaps helps us surrender this so completely that we see that we're complete. Maybe from the outside looking at it ourselves, or a person, place, or situation here, but with a major arcana card, it can be all three, right? Interesting. How we see ourselves in the world, how we experience ourselves, that we've actually done some work and slaved our way through it, but we can now maybe look back and see how well we've actually done. Let's ask Lord Ganesh. I love him so much. I've had a relationship with Ganesh since I worked with the Ashaya monks back in 1998 when I started the company. ISHAYA, check them out. I love them. Please take a nice deep breath. That's why I'm so peaceful. Still point. Ganesh override. I love you. A place for everything and everything in its place, but all where it belongs in time and space for the well-being of all with harm to none as we will it. So let it be done. Beloved Lord Ganesh, what is your loving, wise, and powered oracle message to help us Piscean collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and our cross watchers alchemize the slave in the eighth with Gemini on the inner, which is a square to Pisces, and the world card on the outer. In this timeless read, relaxation. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I bow down to Ganesh, please. It was 22 degrees outside this morning and I had an errand to run. I'm fine, trust me. I'm much more hardier than I look, although I think I look pretty hardy if you ask me. Har, har, har. Card number 49. Relaxation. Thank you. Thank you. I'm sorry. I'm 55 years old. I'm not sorry for being 55 years old. I'm sorry that I need my rest. just to rejuvenate from what I do for a living. Ready? Relaxation is important for your health, mood, relationships, and overall well-being. Now, by the way, stick a pin in this for a second. I'm doing this during the holiday season, December 2023. So if you're watching this from years from now, or, in a couple of months from now, it's context. It is easy to become entangled in anxiety, worry, stress, and paralyzed thinking. Like that slave, so afraid, got it, paralyzed. Your day-to-day life may be filled with a multitude of stresses that affect your thoughts and cause you to feel disconnection with the truth of your being. That would make sense with the Gemini card, right? The changing of mind so fast. Things move nowadays. Dedicating time to relaxation provides a solid foundation to assist you to be able to live a more balanced, less stressful life. The importance of respite can help to alleviate tension and other health concerns. Indulge in a spiritual bath. Pisces! Ooh, I'm a potion witch. My new bathtub is my personal cauldron of water. Adding essential oils and sea salt. Oh, Epsom salt, man, get that magnesium in there. It passes through the skin and the tissue right into the muscles. Lighting candles, burning some incense, and if possible, utilizing clear quartz and rose quartz. I don't know, I think I could put all of these in the bath, but there'd be no room for near the water. Clear quartz to intensify the healing nature of the experience. Use this time to get centered and balanced. Practice deep breathing techniques. Wim Hof forever! And deep breath before you act impulsively on your thoughts, as this will bring fresh oxygen to your body and relieve anxiety. So that's an interesting tip there. Remember to take a deep breath before you act impulsively on your thoughts, which can change on a dime with that Gemini. Affirmations are another great tool in helping you relax and grow in body, mind, and spirit. We have a mantra at the end of this one. As you repeat positive, life-affirming statements about yourself, you'll notice powerful manifestations of your affirmations in your life. Ask Ganesh for guidance on your spiritual course towards expansion and illumination. Illumination is the grace of the 8th chakra, I believe. And trust that you can now relax and enjoy the journey. Well, that's what comes from surrendering your will to the divine, but we still got 2 more cards. So let's see. Journey of Love, weirdest oracle I have ever worked with, but I love it. It's very artistic. It's very abstract, some of them, but it definitely has a very strong mystical vibe to it. And each one has a poem, which I think is just lovely. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Pantheonic love override. Oh, one more time. I want to feel that again. Still point. A place for everything and everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space for the well-being of all and with harm to none. As we will it, so let it be done. Beloved pantheons of lovers, lovers from all pantheons, what is your guidance, your grace, your loving, wise oracle message with the Journey of Love oracle to help the Pisceans, myself included, and our cross-watchers alchemize the slave in the 8th, Gemini on the inner, world on the outer, removing obstacles with relaxation for this timeless shadow read. The blood dance. That sounds a little, a bit much. I'm sure it's like... Everybody hemorrhage now. That's terrible. I have a fucked up sense of humor. Meet my family. Then you go, yeah, apple tree, got it. Oh, ready? Here we go. This doesn't sound so bad. The blood dance. The heart craves life and blood responds. In relationship to each other, life happens. Pretty accurate so far. The desire and the action and the movement of cycles, drawing in and letting go, rushing to the center and pushing far away to the extremities. It is a cycle of relationship, dancing between self and other, into oneness and into individuality. It's abstract, but it's talking about relationships and that we're all one and that we flow in and out of each other, you know what I mean? So it is with human beings and relationships with each other and with human beings and the divine essence, surrendering our will to the very divine that we really are. Yeah. Sometimes the heart of God feels so close. It's as though our own inner passion is the very blood rushing through it. Then we journey far, bringing our nourishment to where it is needed, to those who are cold and lonely, to the farthest reaches of our own dark self, shadow work, that we may, if very brave, dare to love completely, which is meaning that we love the fear inside of us. It's not like, yay, I'm afraid, but it's like, it's okay to feel that I love you. It couldn't happen any other way. This was written into the script before you ever drew a breath. It's okay, I love you. It's not wrong to be afraid, but we got to face it and feel it and love it as it leaves, because that's how alchemy works. Do you think I would have written it that way? No, of course not. Look, if sex, drugs, and rock and roll could have healed this shit, we would have been done a long time ago. Unfortunately, that's not how it's written. Moving right along. Though we can be lonely for the warmth of the center then, craving that feeling of being at home, and I mean all the way home, soon enough we are called back to the core of the divine heart, and the cycle continues. Remember that you are always in this dance of life. You are never a part from the divine. It is just that sometimes in our natural flow, it is easier to feel that divine presence than other times. That is so key to know. Yet, you are always the blood connected to the heart. I'm loving this. This oracle brings you confirmation that you are connected to the divine source. I mean, surrendering your will to the divine with complete trust. This will build that trust, right? To all that is. If you are experiencing a phase of feeling cut off from yourself, from your body, from another, or from the divine, even from your own feelings, spiritual connection or intuition, be assured that this is temporary and part of the cycle of life itself. Soon all connections shall return with even greater warmth and nourishment, welcoming you home again with great love. If you feel you have been journeying in life and fear that you have lost your way, do not trouble yourself, precious soul. You are never far from the divine heart and will always be called home. Oh my God, it touched my heart. Here's the poem. Let's see if tears come out. This is my last video for the day, so let the mascara flow. Love's language speaks like sound falling leaves, caressing wind to bear aroma sweet. You ask if I can love in measure true and give emotions weight the scales do. Each tear releases more than words can say, expressing all my heart wants to convey. Let's get our last card down. The blood dance. sounds like a new album from Death Clock. Oh, Nathan. Oh, if only. Shall we? Last card down, the Macron healing mantra. I have to keep it light, folks. It's like, you know, crying on camera is not really a Leo rising thing. But let's see what hits the table. The perfect healing mantra to help us do this. Please take a nice deep breath. You got to admit, at least I'm entertaining. Somewhat. Still point. Ascended Master Override. A place for everything. Ascended Master Shecky. And everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space. For the well-being of all with harm to none as we will it. So let it be done. Beloved Ascended Masters, what is the perfect healing mantra to help us Pisces and our cross-watchers alchemize the slave from shadow to light, lead to gold, pain to peace, shifting us from toxicity to health, from fear to love and illusion into truth, with the slave in the eighth, Gemini on the inner, the world on the outer, removing obstacles with relaxation in the blood dance, in the cycles of the flow, of feeling it and not feeling it and missing it and then having it for this timeless shadow read, activating the third eye. I am willing to see beyond my beliefs and ideas, beliefs, ideas, and conclusions. And how I remember beliefs, ideas, and conclusions is big. The flick of my dick. Flick my dick. Activating the third eye. And that makes sense with what's going on here, right? So if you don't know, it's okay. That you don't know what to do, where to go, what to say, or to whom, right? You say, all right, I don't know. Nobody needs to know you're doing this, by the way. That's the best thing about spiritual practice. You don't have to open your mouth for that kind of stuff, but you do need to open your third eye, or it is a means to that end. So let me read you this one. Man, really, I think we've done much better than we realize. I mean, how often is the world a horrible card, right? Very, very, very rarely. All right, here we go. Activating. Come on, one more. Amplifying, allowing, anchoring, asking, awakening. Where's activate? Oh, because I went the wrong way. Activating the third eye. This is tricky left brain, right brain stuff, this work. I am willing, throat chakra, to see third eye beyond my beliefs, ideas, and conclusions. We're doomed. It'll never work. Yeah, try and see by that. See through that. As your third eye opens, you are able to notice how each moment is a catalyst for your ever-expanding soul, because that's how it is. It doesn't need our belief, right? The turmoils, the shocks, the abrupt changes, right? Changes in our health and our relationships, what's going on in the world, all of it is a catalyst to speed up and sometimes slow down. A catalyst does both, and we need both parts of that cycle. Through your third eye, you will be able to more clearly see the lessons each moment offers, allowing every encounter to help you become an even more radiant expression of your highest potential. Why, thanks. I think I'll try that. This mantra is ideal for dissolving personal judgments, which means the judgments, you'll feel them in your solar plexus. Ooh, you will feel them. That's how I know, oh, I think this one's mine, right? Solar plexus, bleh, makes you want to do that, right? Or the judgments of yourself, that you're not good enough, you're not smart enough, and gosh darn it, people don't like you. I know what I just did. Developing more patience, which is a virtue, and tempering inner conflict, which I will say, with the twins on the inner, with the Gemini, can be better, but if we do that, but if we don't do that, but if we do, right? And not feeling connected to the divine, not doing the bull dance, not feeling the flow, right? Not feeling the love, then certainly it can also be that our nervous systems are a little overtaxed, right? A little inflamed. So we need to relax, allow the nervous system to unwind a little bit. And that, of course, is going to remove obstacles to us receiving that which we really are surrendering our will to the divine for, right? It's not a passive surrender in my experience. I'm going to bring it down to Oprah. I know. Hold on a second. She said, my prayer is show me, use me, something like that, right? Probably both, right? So it is that. It's very active. Every morning before every reading I do, whether it's in front of a camera or a client, it is that. It's like, you show me. But I do that as a servant. But remember, slaves have the opportunities to become masters in an archetypal context. So let's put this together in a blessimation, combination of a blessing and a summation if you're new. And then, we'll talk about some cool stuff if you want to hang out for it. Please take a nice deep breath. Last reading of the series, still point. And may we end as we began. Pantheonic override. As I call upon the collective pantheons of the divine on behalf of us Piscean collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and our cross-watchers who are watching this video and drawn to this reading, may we be blessed with all that we need to alchemize our shadow to light, our lead to gold, our pain to peace, shifting from toxicity to health, fear to love, and from illusion to truth, activating the third eye by surrendering our power of choice to the divine with complete trust. It doesn't mean we got to do it to anybody or anything out here. While we think about it, while we activate the third eye, while we are willing, third chakra, to see things differently, to see beyond our beliefs, ideas, and conclusions, which are mostly societally given and inherited from our ancestors, blah, 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 blah. And certainly bringing us full circle, full cycle with the card of the world. A balancing, a completion, or graduation that we may not see how well we have actually done, but certainly removing obstacles through relaxation, allowing us to face and feel what needs to be faced and felt. Maybe not weeks of relaxation, maybe 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there, as we surrender our will in the blood dance, feeling the flow, doing the divine bull dance, Mithras, right? Feeling the connection, then not so much, coming into the heart and then out into the world as we remove obstacles and do the alchemy by activating our third eye, because I am willing to see beyond my beliefs, ideas, and conclusions, because there's always a higher truth. There's always a higher truth. So may we be blessed with all that we need to heal, to grow, to learn, to evolve, to become the happiest, healthiest, wealthiest, wisest versions of ourselves that we can be. In the happiest, healthiest, wealthiest, wisest ways. For a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser world. In the golden timeline of our lifetimes. For the well-being of all, and with harm to none, as we will it, so let it be done. So would it be. And so it is. That was lovely. I almost teared up twice. It's a good thing I got good eye makeup on. What do you think I'm getting on camera without lashes and eyeliner? You look like children of the corn. If you liked the video, please hit the thumbs up. Help other fish family and their cross-watchers find the reading. Want more of me here on YouTube? I'm not stopping. You might as well subscribe and hit that notification bell. You'll know when I'm putting stuff out. And I do love a nice juicy comment section, don't we all? But if you want the deeper dive, more magic, more miracles, more mysticism, more Mal, come Patreon on Patreon. Just go check out the digital store. It's really cool. Free previews now for the audios, and the videos are about 2 minutes. I think they're all 2 minutes, actually. I set them that way. You can shop without being a subscriber. You can follow the public content that I'm putting out as a subscriber. You can even 7-day free trial us as a seeker or a human and jump out the last day if you want. But if you want the benefit that all of my subscribers get, the daily check-ins, the extended readings, and that extensive discount on private sessions with me, then just stay the full month. It's $3 or $5, and then just book me before you jet, right? Otherwise, if you want to book me for a private session in general anyway, there is a link in the description box to a YouTube video called Booking Private Sessions with Mal. There it is. I made it at the 25th anniversary for Drawing the Circle Productions when I finally raised my prices after 25 years. Explains everything you wanted to know about booking a private session with me, but perhaps were afraid to ask, right? Spiritual counseling, readings in person. I have an office downstairs that's shaping up little by little by little, doing Zoom clients all over the place for people. We record it, I send it to you, you download it, you tell me you downloaded it, I delete it. That's how confidential it is. And the video explains all that stuff, but it also explains that I've never turned anybody away because of lack of finances. That's not who I want to be. Where there's a witch, there's a way. I'm a witch, there's a way, and we can work it out. We always do. And yeah, it is my honor and my pleasure. I'm kind of wonky with the word privilege nowadays, right? It means private law. I don't know if I like that word so much anymore, but it is certainly my pleasure and my honor to serve in this way. So, you know, shadow work ain't easy, but I think it's our only way through. I honestly do. I wish there was another way, but like I said, sex, drugs, and rock and roll did not do it. So, you know, this is what's left. So, hang in there. I love this read for us, by the way. I mean, that relaxation, you can probably see it on my face. I'm like, thank you. Thank you. I have snow to shovel now. So wishing you all the very, very best and the very, very blessed, my beloved Mer family. Mer, just keep swimming, 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 and heal. Hail, farewell, I love you, and blessed be.